Hello everybody and welcome back to another session of A Night to Remember. We are joined here with the usual gang as they proceed to make their way deeper in the forest to avoid potential werewolf patrols. They have met up with the Gangrel Primogen and his group of park rangers, and they're going to basically head off in the morning in body bags, carried on stretchers, and hopefully they can basically loop around out of the forest and back into the city without being detected. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. So do you guys have any final preparations for tonight before you essentially go to bed? So instead of leaving now, I've decided that you'll probably leave in the morning. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, since it's like 4 a.m. or something by the time you got there.
Yeah, I'm thinking food. Does the Primogen have any blood bags?
Sure. Yeah, he like starts digging around in the freezer somewhere and pulls out some blood bags for you all.
How much hunger can we slack?
It's always one, I think, for a blood bag.
Cool, I'll take that.
One
I want
per blood
dot.
bag.
Yeah, one per. Alright. Yes, so you'll get a blood bag. Obviously that reduces your hunger by 1. Is there anything else you want to do?
I think that's the plan. I had nothing else in mind.
Alright, cool.
Willpower recover?
Yes.
When we sleep?
Yep. Willpower recovers in a superficial damage, and then you got to do your, if anybody has any aggravated damage, you got to do your test, which I don't think anybody does at this stage.
I do.
Oh, okay. Well, then you roll your so you roll your 3 tests for the damage now, and then we'll do the tests for everybody waking up.
Alright.
Does superficial willpower all recover when you're rested?
Yeah, superficial always all recovers.
Yeah.
So, oh, that's bad. How much? So you got 3 hunger. How much hunger were you on?
2.
2. So you've gone up to 5. So you're actually you're straight up fallen into torpor. So you actually won't be waking up.
Did you slack hunger with the blood bags kit?
Yeah, I was on 3.
Yeah, everybody apart from Kit's gonna have to give me a rouse check for just waking up.
Yeah.
Convenient drama.
I was gonna say, so how does this work? Does he just stay in torpor for another day or something?
No, he stays in. Basically, he won't wake up. And you guys won't. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there. So
He'll explain what like.
Yeah, I'll explain it. Okay, so yeah, I'm assuming none of you are on hunger 5 now.
No.
No. Okay, good.
No.
So Aldon, Salim, and Janesta all wake up. You'll get out of your bags. It's now night. You're in the middle of the forest now. The rangers are sort of all walking around. They're preparing various things and looking for tracks and so on. As everybody wakes up, the Primogen's still asleep because obviously he's got a high blood potency, so he takes way longer to wake up. Belle and the other one get up, Lucy, and then you all notice after probably a few minutes of doing whatever your normal wake up routine is, you probably all eventually notice that one of you has not got out of their bag.
Anyone want to open it?
Wakey.
I kind of just shake the bag, just like, hello?
Yeah, nothing happens.
Andy?
Alright, well,
Alright,
I'm gonna open it up.
Yeah, you open up at... Okay, well, you two both go to open up at the same time.
And our hands touch.
Yeah, we kind of just look at each other.
Music plays.
Alright, so which one of you is going to back off, or are you just both going to just like, alright, we'll zip at the same time?
I'll back off.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so Eldon, you open it and you see that Sandy's sitting there, still dead asleep. If you didn't know any better, you'd assume they were dead. Because they kind of are.
I'm gonna say we are dead.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, like, what are our... Because obviously, you know, in normal, real life, we would check for a pulse and so on and so forth to see if they're okay. What's the equivalent for a vampire? Check for breathing?
No, they don't breathe.
No.
So, yeah, you just basically have to check your base knowledge, which I'm assuming Janesta will be able to pass without even bothering with a roll, just because your occult is so fucking high. You pretty much just know, yeah, he's fallen to torpor for whatever reason.
The roll is occult intelligence, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be very high, so I'm going to assume Janesta automatically knows what's up. You know what's up
anyway,
too.
'cause it's fun.
Okay, roll away. And this is where you like correctly fail it? No.
Yay!
You straight up credit.
Kit, what's your humanity?
7.
Sorry?
Your humanity's 7.
Yep.
So this is just a Can we cure torpor?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, otherwise he's dealt for a year.
Yeah, you have to know what why he's in torpor. But with Janesta's actual crit, so you got 6. Basically, both Salim and Janesta know what's up. Janesta looks at Sandy for a bit, and you like sitting there, and you're like, he needs feeding. You instantly know what's up.
Oh, he just hungry. He hungry. He needs some food.
Are you volunteering?
No, I'm just information. I'm the information jockey here. I'm sure you guys would be. You guys have known
Can
him
it be
for
any
longer,
type
so-
of blood?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't have any feeding restrictions or anything. He's not inventory.
Hang on. This is Salim saying this, just to be clear. Hang on. How strong are you, and how strong is he? Because nothing against what you're trying to do here, but if he is stronger and neither of us can pull him off, if something goes wrong, that might be a problem.
I can hold him down if I need to.
Okay.
Again, I have the highest strength score and a specialty in grappling.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think you have a
I
single
can pin
point.
him down if I have.
I'm pretty sure you have a single point in potence as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn to the Rangers and go. Does anyone have a spare blood plague on them at the moment?
They also look at each other and they look at you and they start shaking their head.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna say, is anybody else like keeping an eye on what's happening around them, or are you just all fixated on Sandy?
I think Salim would be pretty distracted by it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, crap, he's out. What do we do?
Yeah. All right, no problem.
I'll probably go check on the Primogen and see if he's waking up yet.
No, you go walk over to the Primogen, and he's still asleep. Since you're walked off, do you want to give me a Wits plus awareness?
I can do that. Oh, wits, there we are. Oh, I'll take that.
Yeah, okay, you actually notice. As you're walking around, you see, basically off to the side of the camp, Belle. She's, for some reason, just randomly ripped all her clothes off, and then she's pulled out one of her eyes and is examining all over her body.
Hey, you're right there, Belle.
She doesn't respond to you.
I approach her and see if I can get her attention.
Yeah, as you approach her, you notice that her complexion is much worse. It seems her skin seems to almost be falling off the bone, if that makes sense. Her eyes are much more... she basically looks like she's in a more advanced state of decomposition. And as you walk up to her and you're sort of looking at her, she doesn't respond to you at all. And then out of nowhere, she all of a sudden stops with her eye, and then she just basically fuses into her hand, turns her hand into basically a sword, stabs it into the side of her, and then pulls out something out of her. And then she starts examining it.
Something as in an organ.
Not an organ. It's
something as in an object.
An object. Seems to be a small metallic cylinder.
I touch her shoulder very gingerly, like, "Hey, are you okay? This isn't normal."
No. She doesn't respond, but she opens the cylinder and pulls up a small scroll and starts quickly reading it.
I'm gonna see if I can put my hand over her eyes to stop her reading it and try and get her attention.
She's literally got an eye fused to one of her hands.
I use both my hands.
Okay.
I try to cover both eyes.
Do you want to give me a... what would it be? A brawl plus dexterity.
I add my grappling bonus?
Yes, because... Yes, you will. And I'll do this.
There we go.
Oh, actually he's using different set there, so I want to... And then it's and then... So it'd be like that, because he's very high.
And as I do this, as I try and cover her eyes, I'm gonna call out and be like, we got a problem over here!
Okay.
Oh, it must be Tuesday.
Oh, you couldn't, so you're...
Jeez!
So hang on, you're... matched? No, you're on 5, so she actually beats you. So all of a sudden she just moves like a blur, picks you and throws you just in a blur, and just throws you into the forest. And everybody probably hears that, and they turn and they see anybody who then turns and sees you see her start to rip up the whatever she was reading into small confetti and then throw in the air, and then she just all of a sudden you see her skin almost reattach to her face, and she falls on the floor and starts screaming and throwing up black bile.
I want to know what that is.
Yeah, I'm going to turn to Janista and just be just gesture from Janista to this.
What would I roll to know what's going on there?
It would be your normal roll, apart from you don't have much context to actually go off. You'd probably have to speak to Aldon about what was happening. Just because you just turn around.
I'm just gonna run back and try and pin her down.
I mean, she's on the floor, literally screaming and throwing up black bile everywhere.
Okay, so
how did she throw me exactly?
Sorry. Anyway.
Sorry.
So what did you say, Peter?
So am I rolling occult plus intelligence again?
You will be. I'm assuming you go up to, but you obviously don't have any. You're going to go walk up to her. You see her throwing up everywhere, completely naked with a massive wound in the side of her. You see little bits of paper sort of floating around in the wind. Some probably still on the floor. And Aldon comes bursting out of the forest.
Okay, before I roll, I say, what's going on?
Yeah.
Well, she cut something out of her, read some kind of scroll, and a whole bunch of body horror. I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna pretty much explain what just happened.
All right, now you give me your knowledge plus intelligence plus occult.
That's 5.
Yep. So you're pretty damn certain that somebody just possessed her as she woke up.
Okay. I go, she's possessed. She's possessed. Someone's possessed her.
Well, she was possessed, past tense. It's now ended.
Oh, she was possessed. Someone literally just possessed her.
And now she's not.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Salim is gonna walk in sort of a wide circle around her and see if he can get somewhere where he would. Oh god, sorry, I'm trying to find the conditions. Basically, if I use a bear,
Yeah.
what are the conditions I need to meet? For that to have a chance of working?
Usually you have to look in their eyes, don't you?
Yeah. So can I get to a position where I'm sort of out of her arm's reach, but we'd have eye contact?
Not really.
Okay. In that case, I am gonna say to Eldon, I need you to grab her and hold wherever the fuck her eyes have gone up.
Okay, I'll make the check. So that's a grapple check, I guess, then?
You can do it without a check at the moment. You pretty
Okay,
much
I'm gonna pick up the hand and hold her face.
Yeah, you do that. She's pretty much puts up absolutely no resistance. At this point, Lucy comes over, just going, "What the fuck's happened?" She's just screaming. She has no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I did call out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got black vomit just all down her, the front of her. It's all in front of her. Well, in front of her and down the front of her. And as you, look into the eyes, you see they've gone completely, unresponsive. She's probably also fallen into torpor.
Okay, I'm gonna look at it and I'm... Well, what I was gonna do probably isn't gonna help, but I'll try something else. And he's gonna come a little bit closer.
Yeah.
And put his hand against her cheek. And I'm gonna use Valerian.
Yeah. Valerian's the healing one. Does it work against vampires, or is it only on mortals? I'm trying to remember.
We had this conversation before. It doesn't work on mortals. It's only on vampires.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yes.
But I do need to roll a rouse check.
Okay. Yeah. You roll your rouse check.
Yay!
Yeah.
Not get hungrier.
Yeah. So how much do you heal? Because I don't have the book open at the moment.
I'm just trying to find the book so that I can figure out what the roll is. I know it is my fortitude. And
I'll get it up. Somewhere.
I haven't actually used it before.
Companion. There it is. Companion.
Oh, looks.
Let's scroll down to the.
Oh yeah. Oh.
New powers. Here we go. Did I go too far? I think I jumped.
Mine has just crashed.
Oh, boy.
Sorry about that.
Okay, sorry. One rouse check and additional willpower depending on circumstances. Composure plus all specs. The vampire rolls composure plus all specs against difficulty 2 and restores a number of superficial willpower damage equal to the margin on the roll. Alternatively, the user restores one.
I think you're looking at the wrong one.
Oh, what did you say? Oh, that's Albert. That's Albert. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
It's under fortitude. Valerian here. Also, yeah. Vampire projects their fortitude outwardly, willing the power of the blood onto me and the injured body of another vampire. One rouse check and additional health depending on circumstances. Intelligence plus fortitude. That's the roll. Vampire rolls intelligence plus fortitude against difficulty 2 and means a number of superficial damage equal to the margins of the roll. Alternatively, the user means 1 aggravated health damage for every 3 levels of success in the margin. To use this power takes a whole turn. If the vampire spends the entire scene instead, reduce the difficulty to 0. Are you going to spend the entire scene doing it, or are you going to quickly do it?
I think he'd spend a while trying to do
Okay,
it.
cool. So that just reduces difficulty. So you're only looking at margins. So you'll need 3 successes to heal. Hang on. The user amends one more. Equal to half the number of successes in the margin for every additional subject. Oh, that's for healing multiple people. I get it. So you're only healing 1.
I'm really sorry. I rolled rouse twice because I misclicked.
That's okay. No, that's fine.
But I believe this is the right roll. Intelligence plus fortitude.
Yes. 3. Okay. So you heal 1 aggravated damage, which is fortunately enough to bring her back out of torpor because she was in damage due to extreme bodily damage. And torpor due to extreme bodily damage. So she her eyes sort of come back to life, and she sort of looks around, and then she's just still in a lot of pain. The side of her is healed up, and she sort of rolls over and sort of just lets out a groan. And then she sort of just looks at you all standing over the top of her. And Lucy comes over and goes, "What the fuck just happened?" And she's like, she just looks at her and just goes, I don't know. Oh fuck! Why is everything sore?
Well, the going theory is someone hates you.
What?
We think you're possessed. You also might want to put your eye back in where it should be.
And
I kind of hold my hand up to where her eye is on her hand.
She still looks and she's just like, so she just like pulls her eye out and then puts it back in her regular eye socket. And she sort of just blinks a little bit.
That'll probably help you be a bit more orientated.
Yeah, it takes her a little while, and then after she stands up and she sort of swaying side to side. She's still very clearly out of it. Yeah.
I put a hand on her shoulder and then kind of hold my other hand on. Like, do you need a, just gesture for her to lean on me, kind of thing?
She sort of is unresponsive. Still, she's just sort of standing there, swaying for a little bit, and after a little while, she just sort of finally looks down, realizes she's sort of naked, and then just dashes for her ruined dress on the floor and sort of tries to cover herself with it. And she's sort of a little more active now, just looks and goes like, sorry, can you repeat what happened again?
You're possessed. And I roughly recount what happened, and then point the direction she threw me, and I said, I don't think you were capable of that. Remind me next time not to get on your bad side.
Yeah, no, and she sort of like hops on over back to her bag, and she sort of puts that back on as clothing. And she says, I'm surprised I could do that too. Can I just have like a minute here? That's a lot to comprehend.
I'm gonna
go check the Primogen and go back and check on Sandy.
So I'll say
I'm
about.
gonna back off and give her some space.
Yeah, I'm gonna say since I'll say like an hour's passed and the Primogen's finally just getting up. He's getting some reports from his rangers, and he sort of looks at you, and then he sort of sees you coming, and he sort of like signals for you to wait with his hand. And then after like a few more minutes of just talking with them,
so respectfully.
Yeah, after a few more minutes of talking, he comes up to you and goes, "Yeah, the rangers reported what happened there. So the fourth one of you hasn't woken up yet, and what I understand, Belle randomly stripped naked, pulled something out of her body, and then collapsed on the floor and started throwing up everywhere. Am I correct with that?"
She read something. She had a metal cylinder inside of her, which she then reads a scroll from, tears it up, goes crazy, falls on the ground, and vomits black blood. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm afraid our position's probably doubly compromised. Hopefully, I'm assuming that whoever possessed her, it was likely her sire or somebody who is with her sire. Obviously, her sire at some point, either before or during the embrace, stored whatever that was. And given that you said that they planned on joining the Sabbat. The Sabbat has so many tricks up their sleeves. I'm pretty certain that they probably got a good detail of where we are and probably read something very, very important. And I don't like unknowns, to say mildly.
That makes a few of us.
Yeah, so I'm probably... This could probably happen again, so I'm probably going to have to do something about her, to be honest. And
What do you suggest?
he pulls out a stake, and he's like, "We're gonna have to stake her until we get out of here." And he hands
I
it
don't have any
over.
objections to that. It makes us safer.
Yeah, he hands it over. He hands the stake over to you. Until we're out of here, we need insurance that she won't be possessed again, and if she is, she at the very least won't be able to compromise our position. I would much rather not have a extremely powerful Zemitzi or any other clan randomly appear in our midst and decide to start attacking us.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. I'll go break the news to her. In the meantime, is there any chance you can take a look at our friend? I have a sneaky feeling we might need a donation.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's a little difficult. I didn't decide to bring any blood bags with me, apart from my ghouls here. And I'd much rather not sacrifice one of them at the moment. I'll try to think of something. But
animals any good for you?
I'm a little busy at the moment.
I'm guessing you'd need a few.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a lot. They have to have something past them that would rouse them from their sleep to feed. Of course, the other option is to force feed them blood. Finding an animal shouldn't be too difficult, but finding a big enough one to actually wake them up to latch onto it is a different story.
I'll a question here right now.
Yeah.
I read the Torpor section, so again, out of character.
Yeah.
It has to be vampire blood.
Oh, does
not normal blood, and it has to be of a higher. It has to be a higher potency.
Ah, okay.
Than the person who's in Torpor.
Oh, okay. Well, that's.
I put a snip in. I put a snip in Discord.
Oh, okay. If that's the case, then yeah. Okay, if that's the point,
Because if I know Eldon won't know about that, but I'm guessing the Premier.
Yeah, he would. I thought it was because I remember reading somewhere that if a vampire's in torpor and a human passes them, they just instantly go into a frenzy and try to drain the human. So I remember reading that somewhere. I probably was an older edition thing then. So if that's the case, he will go like, oh yeah, he'll just sigh and he'll just walk on over to him. He'll like bite his wrist and like feed Sandy, so he gets the one hunger back. And now Sandy can wake up.
So Sandy wakes up.
Sandy wakes up. You're still very, very hungry.
What did I miss?
Yeah. Yeah, so Sandy, you wake up as you feel a very, very, very tasty blood going down your throat. I'm going to have you because it's technically you're eating another vampire, so I imagine you're going to have to do the test to not diabolise someone, or try to at the very least.
Not blood bond.
And the blood bond.
It's the blood bond thing.
Yeah, the blood bond thing.
Because diablerie is direct feeding. That's like you have to drain them.
Yeah, that's true. You're going to have to
and then consume their essence.
Yeah, a step from blood bond.
Blood bond is just consuming another vampire's blood.
Yeah, obviously he's not a Banu Hakim, so he's not going to latch on. Blood bond.
Yeah, I think the role is to not carry on feeding. It doesn't necessarily... And I assume that the Primogen is a lot stronger than him and can probably stop him.
Yeah, he's not concerned about him actually feeding on him. Or trying to drain him.
I kind of imagine this is just him holding his arm over like Sandy's mouth and the blood's just like dripping down.
Yeah.
It's not like he's just shoved his hand into his mouth and gone, here, eat this.
6 goes 1. Okay, hang on. Do you just automatically gain 1? And the non-losing bond amount of seconds lays drunk, breaking the bond. Hang on. What's to resist a bond?
To cut a period short of torpor, one can feed a slumbering vampire enough vampire blood of a higher blood potency than theirs to slake 1 hunger.
So blood bond gains the bond strength equal to the
keep
number
going
of
forward.
times the thralls consumed the regent's blood up to a maximum of 6, in case 1 for each month during the thralls. Thrall consumes 1 of the regent's bloods to attempt something against the regent's wishes. The thrall must succeed in it. Okay, where's the... I think you just literally gain... above the... okay, yeah, that's for that. Breaking the bond. What's the test?
It's not actually a full bond until they've fed 3 times. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Unless there's other stuff going on in his character sheet.
Yeah, because there's the bond junkie thingy. But I know there's like a thing... I'm pretty certain there's a test to not... That's for making a goal. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so you'll be 1 step, you'll have a 1-step blood bond, basically. So, hang on, let's go read the...
He doesn't keep it up, nothing happens, that's my understanding.
Yeah. Hang on, because I know there is the merits and so on for... there you go, merits for the blood bond. Hang on, that may give me some insight. Substance use, living in the bonding. You bond instantly with the taste of not 3. Yeah, you still need the 3. Okay. Yeah, bond stays there. Just reading. Yeah, so yeah, you just don't. So yeah, you don't have to worry at the moment. So yeah, no, you're fine. You just wake up, and when he sees you wake up, he sort of the blood it pretty much instantly stops flowing, and he just goes, "Good, you're up. We're already 1 person down, so we don't need another person being down. I suggest you go in the woods and hunt something."
I'll look like around days since I go up. Where are we?
Yeah, he's already walked off.
It's feeding time. It's feeding time.
I'm trying to the forest.
You just run off.
What was that?
Question, storyteller.
Yes.
Because presumably my eye is probably still bleeding a little bit from using Valerian.
Oh!
And I don't know how far away I am. He is at 4 hunger. So
Yeah, that's right, you are correct. Sandy, actually, you wake up and you immediately have to frenzy.
Goodbye, people. Alright. That's a lot of...
Oh, you're fine.
Right,
Yeah, you wake up, you smell, you just like give a sniff in the air. You can then Beast immediately rises as it hears, as it smells Celine's delicious blood, not too far from you, but you manage to be like, no, I can't go and eat Celine. You gotta go find something else. Again, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I am snack shaped.
So I'm just gonna run his deep thing.
Like, before he goes, I'm like, how much of an animal do you want me to bring? Because again, I can summon animals, remember? Out of curiosity, what's everyone's hunger at? Like, in terms of how hungry are we?
Mine is at 2.
And what's Janister?
1, I think. I don't know. I've started at 1 and I've never gained or lost any, so I don't know how that works.
Hang on, let's go up to your rouse.
It's
check.
every rouse check you fail, you add 1.
Yeah, so you should have added 1 when you woke up, because you failed the rouse check. Yeah. So you should be at least on 2.
So
yeah, I'm at 2.
Normally, you gain a hunger when you use an ability and you do a rouse check that you fail. So every time you use a discipline or something like that, or just when you wake up, you do a rouse check normally. And if you fail that check, you gain 1 hunger. So it's kind of like a limit on how many times per day you can do everything, because you can't just keep spamming it, because eventually you just go crazy.
Yeah.
Because the idea is that all of your disciplines require you to use your own blood as a resource.
Yes.
No worries, I'm at 2.
Right. I was just thinking, we're in the forest. I can just summon a bear that we can snack on.
Oh, actually, I have a question.
Yep.
Since I've tasted what's your clan again?
Gangrel. Oh,
Gangrel
you're
Blade.
wanting to buy an Alkaline Discipline, aren't you? For the XP you saved up. Yes, you can. It's fine.
No. Okay, yeah. Just wondering, like, yeah, okay.
Well, at the moment
Does that
you can.
Yeah, at the moment. But no, you can't do it. I don't have enough EXP.
Well, because it's what 7 per. It's 7 for the first dot or whatever. That would be pretty funny. You get fed and like, yes, I can now use protein.
I want to be an animal now. Yeah, Kit starts talking to animals. What the?
Suddenly understand
did this happen?
whenever you talk to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, hold on. Not even intentionally, he just starts to understand you. Like, so I like talk to Starbucks, and he's like, well, hold on a second. Again, if Starbucks is alive,
Yeah.
I have a sneaky feeling I'm going to be finally a new Starbucks.
No, Starbucks will come back. Just like an old thing, usually.
Alright, cool. So, in terms of animals, a large animal, such as a horse, can slack up to 2 hunger.
Yeah, animals aren't as good at sustaining hunger. I'll say if you call a bear and you fight it and kill it, then you can have 3 hunger.
If not, I can summon something medium-sized for 1 hunger, kid.
Oh, well,
Alright, Sandy, you're hungry. What kind of
Sandy
animal
already
suits your fancy?
Sandy already won.
What was that?
200 with herself.
No, I was saying this like literally as it helps you stand up. That was my intention.
Because Sandy
Like before you just.
bolted. That's what I said.
Alright. Hi, Sandy. Alright, I go find Lucy then.
Okay.
So I have something else I need to take care of course.
Lucy's currently handing clothes to Val.
So I approach, do the respectful like hand over eyes kind of thing for Belle, and I'm like, hey Lucy, when you got a second.
And she's like, oh, yeah, and she sort of like hops on over to you, and then she's like, yeah, what's up?
So I had a talk with the Primogen, and he says we need insurance to make sure that Belle isn't possessed again. And when I say that, I kind of just hold out the stake.
And she goes,
I'm like, I don't mind breaking the news to her, but you seem to know her better than I do.
yeah, I think we'll wait for her to get her clothes on first off, and then I think
Understandable.
she'll probably understand. If she doesn't, then force is always an option.
I prefer not to. Alright, well, do you want to break the news to her, or shall I?
I'll do it.
Okay. And I'll pass her the stake in a way that obviously I'm not like displaying it for Belle to see. I don't want to like scare the crap out of her and be like, yeah, we're just gonna stake her. Let's go.
Yeah. And you see, Lucy just walk up to her, and she sort of like hovers her hand behind her heart, and she starts like explaining it to her. And you sort of see Belle try to move away, and then Lucy just stabs it quickly, and she just like goes limp and then just falls on the floor. And yeah,
I'll
Lucy.
approach her and I'm like, sorry?
Yeah, you approach her, and she's like, she sees you approach, she's like, so she didn't take that too well. Let's. Do you want to just grab her legs there, and we'll just put her in her. We'll put her in her bag, and yeah, I guess we're gonna have to carry her around now.
Yep, I'll go help her put in the bag, and then I'll just pick the bag up and like fireman carry it. Be like, I'll be fine.
All right.
Fireman carry Belle, drag werewolf. Because I remember we had that werewolf still.
There are rangers around, and they presumably carried us most of the way here.
Yeah.
It might be a better idea to give Belle to one of them.
I mean, it's up to you. You can just fireman carry her around the place. You got like 4 strength, so I assume you're strong enough to do it.
Yeah, I mean, 4 strength is like you can casually deadlift like 200 kgs.
Yeah, she's not 200 kgs.
So like carrying Belle as her. I mean, you've described her as pretty petite, so in my head she's on the lighter side. I'm imagining I can just throw her over my shoulder, no issue.
Yes.
So it's like a heavy backpack. Cool.
Oh, that's an image.
What?
Just that image that you've described. That's yeah.
What? Just body bag on one shoulder and then dragging your werewolf on the other hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casual hike in the weekend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Gangrels, man.
The werewolf is in a body bag right now,
Yes,
so
it is.
it's not
You
quite as depicted.
You probably shouldn't be dragging it around because you don't want the body bag to tear. I mean, that's if you want to get it.
I say that jokingly. I'm guessing the rangers are just going to carry this thing the whole way.
Yeah, they've still got a stretcher. Yeah. So after probably like half an hour, the Gangrel Primogen, Mr. Leroux, he comes up to you guys. He looks at it and goes, good, you took care of that. Sorry, what are you going to say, Jackie?
I was going to say that if we've got some time before the Gangrel Primogen comes back.
Yeah, half an hour. Yep.
I think I'd probably. So Salim is kind of uncomfortable with how easily he's coming to rely on Janesta, but
Janesta's the only person with an intelligence over 2.
Exactly. So he'd probably make a little bit of a face about it, pinch at like the bridge of his nose, and then like go up to Janesta, deep breath, and just be like, so, possession. Is that something Samitsi can usually do?
What? You know the role?
Well, it's the only role I do.
Cracks knuckles. I am an intelligence occult roller. Let's go.
Cracks my brain knuckles. Oh!
You think the answer's probably not.
You can reroll if you want. Do some willpower rerolling.
8 dice. Got
How many could I re-roll? It's just one,
3.
eh?
It's 3.
No, you can re-roll up to 3, so
You can't
it
roll
has to be
anything
normal
behind it.
dice.
Yeah. So you can.
Okay, I'll re-roll. Screw it.
Yeah.
There we go.
4. Yeah, you're pretty damn certain they normally can't do that. That's very much in the realms of blood sorcery.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a blood sorcery kind of thing. That's some domination powers right there.
So that's...
It sounds to me...
Or the Banner Hakim?
Well, I can tell you right now that us and the other followers of Kana aren't too big on the whole no freedom kind of thing, if you understand. I think what's actually going on is we've got what the other thing you said is.
Sabat bullfuckery.
Yes, Sabat are getting in and wrecking, causing some havoc.
Love it when people use technical terms. Yeah. Well, it just seems indicative of a larger problem than they, and I tilt my head towards Bell's body bag currently on Eldon's shoulder.
Yeah.
Originally thought.
I guess we'll just add it to the list, shall we?
Do you reckon it goes below or above the thing over there? And I gesture to the werewolf corpse.
It's probably a sub point in the Sabat pirate shit. Yeah, it's a sub point. It's not its own point.
I would
It's
definitely.
part of the dilemma.
Yeah, it's part of the
I personally don't
Samitsi.
think-
Yeah, it's part of the Samitsi's joining the Sabat again dilemma.
Yeah, I don't think we can differentiate and rank them differently. I think all of this is one big mess of shit.
Well, welcome to town.
Yeah,
Right, shall we get going?
I think the only supernaturals you haven't encountered yet, well, technically you haven't directly encountered a mage, you haven't encountered a changeling yet that you're aware of, and you haven't encountered a Kaijin yet. I think that's correct. Which is a stupid name, by the way. But we'll talk about that later. So, yeah, you've encountered most of the clusterfuck.
Give it time.
Yeah, give it some time. The rest will come. Alright, anyway. We're going to jump over to Sandy, who's running off into the woods.
I realize it's a bad idea, but let's go.
Yeah, okay. Give me a nice...
I offered to help.
Give me a nice wits plus survival. Or animal kin, whatever you have, red higher. Oh, I see it. 3, nice. You actually managed to find a, let's say a mountain lion. We've now got to fight a mountain lion.
Let's do
Enjoy.
this.
Alright.
I'm
Okay.
pulling out my fork for this fight.
Yeah, alright. Pulling out a fork for a mountain lion. Alright. Roll your strength plus brawl, I'm guessing. Because you're going to try to grapple him. I mean, I'm assuming you're going to try and feed off it. Which is going to involve grappling. You'll get your celerity.
So bad.
You'll get your celerity at the very least for doing the fast moving.
Alright.
Alright.
Because I'm not strength based.
No.
You know that moment where you get halfway through a task and then realise you're an idiot and you've done it wrong?
Okay.
Oh fuck yeah.
Alright, so it succeeds. You go up, you go to grapple it, and you just get a big, nice claw to the face. You're going to be taking 3 superficial damage.
Yep.
Yep. And I'm guessing you're going to go and try again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, 2. You have the same dice pool, so this should be interesting. Alright, this time you win. You finally get into a grapple and you bite on. It's going to try one more time to break out. And Yeah, because you don't crit. Alright, and this will be the last roll. 3. Gotta beat the 3.
Great. Let's do. Son of a. Nope,
So, yeah,
bruh.
you manage to get into the grapple, you try to bite it, it realizes you're trying to eat it, and it manages to kick you with its back legs, and it just runs off into the woods.
Son of a. Can I just shoot it?
I mean, it's a bit late for that.
Yeah.
You can try and chase it with celerity and then shoot it.
You could try to chase it, yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Alright, survival plus dexterity plus celerity. Oh, very nice. I'll just say, yeah, that's a messy critical. So let's say, I mean, pretty much anything works. You're hungry, you want to do something harm, you're paranoid. Pick your poison.
I'm just gonna, instead of shooting it, I'm gonna bash its head.
Yep. Or, actually, I just thought, you're...
Leaves a safety.
You know what,
Smashes the face with it.
yeah. You know what, actually, I'm going to do your clan compulsion. You're aiming to make the most beautiful kill you can on this mountain lion. Whatever that entails.
So, just say I'm gonna go diamonds for the head, I guess.
I'll just
No,
say...
actually, no. Gotta go for the heart. So I can keep the head.
Yep. I'll say off in the distance, Salim, you can hear the sound of a mountain cat growling, and then lets out a big yelp.
I don't know whether that's good or bad.
But it is funny.
It is, yeah. I think he'd just sort of stand there for a moment, just like, should we have gone with him? Nah. He can get himself killed on his own.
Yeah. So you managed to chase after it anyway, and you managed to keep it in your sights. Are you going to go for the range shot, or are you going to go in for a brawl?
Range shot.
Alright, give me your... Ooh, because it's like a quick shot. I guess composure or resolve. Let's do resolve plus no composure. We'll do the regular. We'll do the regular composure plus firearms plus celerity for your quick draw. Oh,
Wow.
nice. Yeah, you pull out your shotgun and you just take a shot, and it goes just like straight through its heart.
Alright. Gonna bite into that once I get close. I'm gonna take that head afterwards.
Alright. Yep, you satisfy 2 hunger, and you may add 1 lion's head to your inventory. Well, 1 mountain lion's head.
Yep.
Alright. Back to the rest of the party. With all this going on, this is when the Gangrel Primogen will come back up to you, and he looks at you, Eldon, carrying the body bag over his shoulder, and he's like, I'm taking that, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
She didn't take the news nicely, but did what we had to.
Yeah. Hopefully, when she gets back up, she will understand the necessity of such a course of action. Anyway, let's continue heading off into the woods, shall we? Wait, where's...
Sounds like a plan.
he sighs again. Where's that Torador gone?
Point
One thing.
vaguely in the direction of the woods. Like the sort of vague direction he went.
Well, he can find us on his own. If he's going to be stupid, then he, and what's the saying? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Sounds alright.
And he said he just.
I'm also going to try and... Oh, sorry.
So, now, what are you going to say?
I want to try and summon Starbucks, because it's been 24 hours.
Yep, alright, you start to summon
But
Starbucks to you.
Before we commit to that, what is the actual action to summon Starbucks? So I wouldn't do something that would easily give away my position. Because I'm guessing, like, we're in the woods, we're, like, under tree cover in some degree kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, I would say it's probably...
I got it was through the blood bond.
Yeah, probably, that's
But
what I
might be
understood.
wrong.
Well, I understood it's also through by the blood bond.
Yeah, so if that's the case then, so I'll summon Starbucks and pray, cross my fingers that he comes back.
Yeah, alright, you start to summon Starbucks to you.
We're a whiles away, so
You are.
depending on how long he takes.
You are a while away.
I mean, I'll be waiting.
Yep. I mean, you don't have anything better to do apart from hike and so on. And so, yeah, the Mr. LaRue starts making his way into the forest. Lucy sort of comes up beside you. She doesn't really say anything. And she sort of looks at the bag with Belle in it. And yeah, she's just going to pretty much follow you around now.
That's fair enough. I have no objections.
Yeah.
It's her friend.
And is anybody going to go look for Sandy, or are you just going to do as the Gangrel Primogen said and leave him behind?
I think Celine would do as the Gangrel Primogen said, to be honest.
Yeah. Wow, it'd be really convenient if you guys had a coterie or a conical tenant about No Man Left Behind or something right now, wouldn't it?
I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm considering.
He did say that, like, he wanted a roleplay specific moment for it to come up properly. So
I know, that was pretty good. It was a pretty organic moment for it to come up.
Yeah.
So, considering everything, and Lucy's with me, I'll be like, can you hold her for a while and pass Belle to Lucy?
Yep.
And I'm gonna summon some owls.
Yep.
So that's a rouse check.
Yeah, a rouse check, and then it's something plus your animalism. I can't remember what it is, though, the exact roll.
It depends on what oh my goodness, okay, yeah. Hunger. Depends on what I ask of them.
Yeah.
Because if I try and make them do something, that's when I have to kind of like roll for it. But just talking to them is not a check in itself. It's just like what I ask.
I think that there are rolls for, like, if you're trying to get something super rare as well, aren't there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, like, obviously it's like if I try and summon an orca whale in a lake, it's like probably not going to happen. It says, yeah, summoning animals uses and then charisma plus animalism, that's what it is, sorry.
Yeah.
Is the summoning itself. So I need... so I'll go down here. Yeah, so this is it. Does that... Wait, what? Where's my check? That's a rouse check. I don't want to do another rouse check.
Yeah,
Ignore those last two rouse checks.
That's what it was doing to me earlier. Just pick the trait.
That's on the right. There we go.
Yeah.
3 successes, and that's when I summon owls.
Yeah, okay. You get about, like, I'll say about 5 owls in, like, a minute come, like, flying in around, and they start just hopping around the ground in front of you, staring at you, like, going, like, what the fuck is this?
I'm like... One of my kind, the two-legged, is hunting in this area. He went that direction. Can you lead me to him?
That's your role to convince them, or just to summon them?
Oh, no, so I've summoned them, and now there's like 5 or 6 of them. I'm talking to them. So
Okay, yeah.
asking for information.
What we get?
I'll give you a very, very tasty snack.
Snack. Okay. And they also start flying off in different directions, like in the vague direction that you pointed.
Cool. I'm like, I turn to guys. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go get Sandy. You follow the mission. Hopefully, we'll be able to meet up together again. You're going that direction. I like mentally note which way they're going.
Yeah, no, fair enough. All right, you start.
So I can be like, all right, I need to go that way.
Yeah, you start following. I guess you start walking off in the vague direction he ran off into.
Yep.
Yep, and Sandy, while
I follow the owls.
Yeah, they've sort of fanned out a bit. So, but yeah, because they're just sort of going in that general direction to see if they can spot him because they don't know where he is. But you start heading off. Sandy, as you finish chewing on this mountain lion, you hear the sound of a lighter, somebody lighting a lighter behind you, like one of those flick lighters.
As the pirate.
I turn around.
You turn around and you see a somewhat tall, darker-skinned man. Over one of his eyes, he has the Eye of Horus tattooed. He has long, sort of unkept black hair. He's wearing a leather jacket and sort of tattered jeans. And he's just lighting up a cigarette and he goes, "So you done there?"
Yep. Midnight snack. And who might you be?
Let's just say, a enemy of an enemy.
Ooh, interesting. Good thing about this.
So, I believe one of your kind has been traveling around creating abominations. Do you know anything about this?
Alright, I gotta roll. Oh. I'd like to roll an insight and like to check how much you might actually know.
Yep. Roll me. It would be insight plus what the thing? Manipulation, I guess.
Yes.
Would it be charisma?
So, if because he's trying to figure out what the guy is actually doing. Is that wits?
It could be.
What the guy's thinking.
He's trying to discern the true intentions.
Yeah, I think wits.
Like an
Yeah,
roll
I
in
think.
D&D.
Yeah, I think wits actually. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Sense motive.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, you guys want to hear something funny?
What?
Out of all the stats you guys have been talking about, all of them were 3.
Oh well. Okay, fair enough.
The illusion of choice.
All right, go ahead. Roll away.
Boom, baby!
Nice. It's at least secret code. I'm gonna say you're now paranoid. Just because that fits the situation. But you're pretty damn certain he knows quite a lot, just from his very relaxed and matter of fact nature. Whatever the word I was looking for was. Demeanor. That's it.
Alright. What I'll do is, I'm gonna take off my ratted ass shirt.
Yep.
And tell him, I might have met the crazy guy running around making abominations. What is?
Good. Now, if you tell me everything you know and take me to your leader, I'll promise that I'll talk to the Silver Fangs and get them off your back. Do we
If
ever...
only I knew who those people are.
I'm guessing
well,
Silver Fangs are the werewolves.
well, since we just met, name's Sandy. What's yours?
Steve.
Oh, hang on. I actually do have a name for him. Hang on. Where is it? Where's my characters?
Jeffrey.
No. Characters.
He returns. Breathe.
No, not now. Come
No.
on. Load. Where did I put his name? It'll be under other, wouldn't it? Nope, that's not it. Where did I put his name? Oh well, hang on. And right. Oh well, there's always random name generators to help. I can't believe I don't have a name for him.
Because you never expected us.
Let's go modern. I don't need ancient names. Male, that would help too. The name's Callum. Or is it Karim? Yeah, it'll be Karim.
Karim?
Karim, yep. Why is the squirrel sound going really loud? There we go. I can't believe I did not have the name for him. Karim.
Yep.
He's a silent stalker. Silent stalker. Okay. Alrighty-o.
Alright.
And he's like, so do you agree to my terms?
What was the terms again?
You have to basically tell him everything you know about the guy making abominations, as well as the take him basically to your leader, and basically guarantee no harm will come to him, and he will get the Silver Fangs off your back.
Alright. I'm gonna make assumptions that the Silver Fangs are no werewolf.
That's a good assumption.
I was gonna say,
Sandy
is
thinks about
Sandy
leader.
smart enough to figure that out? Is any of us? Apart from Janista?
I was going to say, I probably am.
I mean, like,
I mean, it's
one
politics.
dot in intelligence is
Or-
like finished high school or something, so could it be that?
yeah, I don't think it's.
That's true. What is to intelligence equivalent?
I mean, you have good enough wits as well, so I'm certain you can pick up on context clues. You may not be book smarts, but you're street smarts.
Yeah.
The definite thanks book. $2 intelligence. You are smart enough to realize your limitations.
Right.
One dot is you can read and write competently, though some terms confound you.
Oh, okay. Ouch.
Okay, wow.
But then there's a
I
jump
take it
with
back.
3 dots, which is you are enlightened, able to piece together clues without difficulty.
What's
Yeah, I guess that makes sense, since how...
4 points is pretty on brand. You're likely to be consulted by members of Clan Tremere for your wisdom.
well, yeah, fair
And
enough.
5 dots. Genius does not cover the depths and range of your intellect.
I guess that makes sense, since it increases... Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really interested in seeing who Sandy thinks is our leader. Just
I think Janista is. She's the one that only knows everything. She's the only one that knows stuff.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm.
All right, sweet. So, yeah, do you agree to his terms? You are paranoid right now too.
Yeah, before, like, yeah, I'm really paranoid. before I agree to these terms, I just want to let you know I'm not really that high in the hierarchy, so I can't really.
I can promise something, but my leaders, on the other hand.
Yeah, I can't make any promises there. It's just,
I
how
mean,
about this? How about this? I contact you to give me some sort of some way to contact you. Then I'll talk to my people, so we can talk to your people. How about that?
he just sort of rubs his eyes and he's just like, oh, God damn it. And at this point, I'll say that Aldon walks in on you two having a conversation, and you see this sort of dark-skinned fellow rubbing his eyes as he's there's Sandy's in front of him.
Making new friends, Sandy.
Yo.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure of meeting you. I turn to this other man.
He looks at you, and then you know, same thing. Your Eye of Horus tattoo over one of his eyes, and you know his general appearance. And he just looks and goes,
Do I know the significance of that?
Probably not, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
How much your cultural thoughts you have?
I have 1 on a cult.
Oh, that's more than I expected, to be honest.
I honestly was just like, I'm dealing with vampires, I may as well have at least 1 dot on the occult.
Yeah, no.
I'm pretty sure even Sandy's
Shall I roll it?
Yeah, you might as well.
Occult plus intelligence, I'm guessing?
Yeah, occult plus intelligence. Or
3 dice pool, let's go!
Oh wow, you got 2 intelligence now.
2 successes!
Well, you know the Eye of Horus normally symbolizes as a symbol of protection. And yeah, that's the basics of it.
And can I make out anything with a bloodhound check?
A bloodhunt check. Yes. Give me a roll.
Resolve and awareness.
Yes.
Sweet. Flat DC is 3.
Yeah, you're well aware that he's also a werewolf.
So, okay, Sandy. Oh, wait. You realize this is one of our furry friends, right?
Yeah, no, just making it.
As I fuck the safety off my shotgun.
Wait, no, I just want to make it feel with him. No,
I think some exploding is in order.
Alright.
You see,
Hopefully you're a little smarter on the 8 ball than this one. So, the deal is, are you aware of the man who is going around making abominations?
I've seen a lot of things in the last couple of days, so yeah, I'm gonna say yes to that.
Alright, I want to know everything you know, and I want you to take me to your leaders for a parley. If you do this, and I get out of the meeting alive, I will contact the Silver Fangs and let you get past them without any issue. Do you agree to these terms?
So,
I told him.
you want me to take... Hold on, Sandy. I tell this guy, so, we just met you, and we've been hunted by your kind, and you want me to take you to our leader. That
yes.
just sounds like an assassination attempt.
Alright, well, I mean, that's more of a...
So, let's do an information exchange first, and then maybe we can verify some kind of common ground.
Alright.
You haven't blindly attacked me like the last few of your kind, so I'll at least give you some time of day.
Yeah, that's reasonable. That is reasonable, yes. So, well, who wants to share first here?
Well, we've already told you we know about the abominations, so now it's your turn, I think. Why are there abominations? What do you know?
Well, I know that there's one of your kind walking around, hunting necessarily say, well, we call them Ronin, or the sort of outcasts of our society, and we know that he has been turning them into abominations. I want to know why, who, how, where and when, the classic questions.
Right, so you know about as much as we do. It's good to know. What do you do with your abominations when you find them out of curiosity?
Destroy them.
Understandable. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Alright, so,
what do you suggest then? Ceasefire between us so that we can deal with abominations first and foremost?
I think that would be for the best, yes.
See, I was saying we should let
What do you know about gargoyles?
Gargoyles. The stone things on churches, that's about it.
Okay.
Is he lying?
Do you want to give
Can
me...
I, like,
do you want to give me
sense
your...
motive?
Yeah, sure, you give me your... This would be a I'll say this time would be manipulation, since you're trying to see if he's lying to you, opposed to wits.
It's just manipulation?
Manipulation plus your regular, what is it, insight or whatever it's called. I don't know what the skill's called.
So wits plus manipulation.
Uh,
No, wait. Insight. There is an insight.
Yeah.
Insight
yeah.
manipulation. The
Yes.
lowest possible dice pool of 2. Let's go.
Yeah, you got it too. Hey, you both got it too.
No. I got
Yeah.
2 out of 2, but it's not be enough.
Yeah, you're... I mean, you're pretty certain that he's not lying to you at all.
Okay. And
So,
how long has this been going on for?
Probably the past month.
How many abominations have you found so far?
I've personally found and destroyed 1. I know the Silver Fangs have destroyed, I think they've said around 4.
You speak like you're not part of them. Are you a Ronin as well, or are you part of the Silver Fang?
Let's just say I'm a out-of-town liaison.
That's a
I
lot.
feel like that raises more questions than it answers, but alright.
Basically, they called me in to help them with some of their problems, and then this started happening as well, and we decided this was a bigger problem.
Is what it is, I guess.
Mr.
Well, it should
Kareem?
be interesting. I'm sure Sandy's told you we're not exactly high up the pecking order, but hey, we can at least get you a conversation with someone who might be able to agree to your terms. Because as far as I'm concerned, we might be able to say that you're alright. The second we put you in front of our team, though, and our leader, who is Gangrel, at this time at least. Yeah,
So my
His
plan
actions
is,
are his own. I take no responsibility if he attacks you on sight. I just want you to be
yeah.
clear
So
on
my
that.
plan is, he just gives us a way to contact him, so when we can talk to someone, higher up, well, not our current guy in charge.
I mean,
That's
your current guy in charge would probably do. This is more of
Yeah,
an
our
immediate
current
concern.
judge is the Gangrel Primogen.
I don't know what that means, but I'll take your word for it that he's important enough to sort this out. It's more of an immediate thing, not a let's wait a week to sort it out type situation.
Alright, well, follow me then. Sandy, make sure I don't get stabbed in the back, would you? And
I always have your back.
I'm gonna go in the direction of where I'm crossing my fingers. I hope the group is.
Yeah.
And are there any tall owls around? Because I need to give them their tasty snack.
Yep. There's like 2 of them hopping around at your feet.
Cool. I'm gonna say to the owls, bring me a rat, and I'll make it extra tasty for you. Or bring me your next meal, and I'll make it better.
Alright, they fly off. And do you wait around, or do you just keep on walking?
I tell them, I'm going this way, bring me your next meal.
Alright. Yeah, as you start walking, he's sort of walking alongside you. He's speaking seemingly to himself in language you probably don't recognize.
Can we do him a once over, like, to see if he's, like, armed or anything?
Not that you can
Just
see.
by-
Not that you
Okay.
can see, no.
Yeah, just a quick once over. Yeah, alright.
Yeah. And after you're about halfway back to the original point you were at, before you left, when one of the owls comes running over to you, and they have caught, let's say, a wild hare.
A wild hare. Okay.
Yep.
I was hungry.
Those are bigger than owls.
Are they?
I was gonna say it
Yeah.
depends on the type of owl.
Yeah,
Most
Owls do
owls.
take hares.
Most owls, those would be bigger than.
I'll say it's a baby one.
I'm gonna do the normal, kind of just like use one of my like fingernails as like a claw and just kind of like cut my wrist and just bleed it on, and then go, here, try that.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Give it to the
Yeah, and it sort of scoffs it down, and it starts like hopping around on its feet, and then just like it sort of flies off into the wild.
Cool. I've fulfilled my bargain.
Yep.
Again, loyalty's a two-way street. I asked them to do something, I should fulfill my end, even if it's an animal.
Yep. No, fair enough. That's very good. Well, is that one of your convictions? Is it?
Yeah, loyalty's a two-way street.
All right. Since
For
You
me,
know what?
my interpretation of loyalty is just respect and honesty in a lot of ways as well.
yeah, no, fair enough. You know what? Since you
And-
honored your deal, even with like an animal, I'm gonna have you roll a remorse, and if you pass, you're gonna regain a humanity.
Cool. So let's roll remorse,
Yeah.
and its remorse dice is the number of humanity I have.
It's the opposite. It's the number of humanity you don't have, which I think is the same for you,
Okay.
because it's like 5. Oh,
There
yeah,
you go.
pass. Yeah, you regain humanity. So you're on 7 now, are you? Or 6?
Yep.
7. Okay, yeah, cool.
7.
You're back up to the regular starting number.
Sweet. Because yeah, again, what's done to me, I return in kind twofold.
Yeah, that's
Multiply
right.
what was done for me.
That's right. You have you play have 2 convictions. Well, a conviction and a chronicle tenant for that same thing.
Yeah, my chronicle tenant was given to you. Multiply and return it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, fair enough. Awesome. So yeah, you guys continue along your way.
sign of Starbucks yet?
Not yet. And we'll jump over to the rest of the party.
Presumably we have some time before they come back, yeah?
Yeah, because you're walking. You said
Yeah.
you're following the thingy, so you're walking off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That conversation that Salim and Janesta were going to have.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Would there be any way to have it out of earshot of the others?
Yeah.
As-
Easy. You just
Okay.
easy. You just walk around at the back with the rangers are pretty much all ahead or throughout the woods. Lucy is carrying Belle, and Mr. LaRue is leading the front. So you guys are pretty much at the back. So yeah.
I think Salim bring it up. Probably just like get Janesta to sort of gradually fall back with him. Then just sort of go, so I think we're out of earshot. That conversation we started last night. Do you think now is a reasonable time?
Oh, that's right. You tell me about your backstory, I'll tell you mine.
And just as a reminder, what he literally said was but he wanted to know why Janesta's sire picked her.
Okay, why did Oak pick you? Was it Peach? I think it was Peach was the one who embraced you. Yeah. Yeah, it was Peach. Oak's your sire.
Well, while I was in university, I was very, shall we say, I was very intelligent. I was the valedictorian of my high school, and I carried on that sort of thing, that sort of path, all the way into university. While I was there, I also got let's say I got a glimpse into the occult one night when I saw a shadow with a hook for a hand, shall we say. Ever since I started researching it, and I started researching into the occult, and that's where I learned about this whole world. As I dug deeper, I gained the attention of my sire, and after seeing what I was capable of, and after seeing how competent I was, they decided to recruit me, shall we say.
Well, that answers the question and also doesn't.
Well,
Fair
what
enough.
else would you like to know?
I'm trying to get a sense of who you are. What kind of person you are. Well, were.
All I can really say is I was a very curious person, and that got me into trouble, and it also saved me of numerous times. So I guess that my knowledge and my curious mind is why they picked me.
Alright, well, a deal's a deal. Were you from here, this country? I mean, the States.
No.
Where were you from?
Hold on, I told...
No.
I think I'm starting to share a little bit too much at the moment. I believe the
Alright,
deal was...
okay. No, that's... I'm not trying to dig. I am trying to know how to hit this. What your... Have you ever been anywhere in the Middle East?
No, I can't say I have.
He stabs his hands over his face. Alright, well, I am going to assume that you know nothing and you can be insulted by that if you like. I was from India and we didn't have anything. I mean, anything. And I got the opportunity to go out there. One of the countries that people over here make out are the good guys because they sell their oil to America and let them put military bases all over the place. And
So I can't hear you talking. You just sounded cut
yeah,
out.
sorry, he just, did you not hear any of that? Or
No, I heard you saying
heard it.
about the oil, selling oil and putting military bases,
Yeah.
and then you stopped.
Yeah, he sort of trailed off, and his hands kind of clench into fists. I guess that bit doesn't really matter. What matters is that everything there is built to be unfair if you're not a particular way. There's a lot of the laws that are just nasty, but even without the letter of the law, where I was, doesn't matter if you actually did something or not, because whether you get blamed for it or not depended on who you were, how much money you had, where you were from. I ended up in jail. Pretty easy thing to do, I guess, is what I'm saying. And that's where my sire found me. They weren't looking for me, they were looking for someone else, someone who had the wrong politics, let's say, and had been arrested for speaking out. And they came through this place and they slaughtered so many people. And they came through to the cell I was in, covered in blood and looking like something from a nightmare. And I put myself between that and the other man who was in my cell. And they thought it was brave, so they took me.
And that is why you're a Bruja.
Wow.
That's the most Bruja backstory ever. Or Banu Hakim, or where.
But like, if she walks away thinking that, that's fine.
Yeah. I mean, power-wise, you're probably guessing not. I mean, no one's seen you like run super fast and punch a hole through a brick wall yet, so. But anyway, yeah, you got a very good, backstory. Yeah, fair enough. Fortunately, well, your clan doesn't have a type they go for if you read the book, so...
I think the type they go for is just whoever they take a fancy to. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all the time. Like, for all the clans, to be honest. But, yeah. It's just normally what triggers them, and obviously, yeah, your clan doesn't really do that. It sort of there's not enough of them to have a clear, defined stereotype for what they go for. I guess if there was, it would probably be like those seeking enlightenment, I guess. But I guess they're too rare for to even bother about that.
A couple of things, because some of them have suggested that it's about like that they might go for healers, or that it is about compassion.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
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 And I guess that would be the compassion side there. Bravery is a form of compassion, I would say. Well, it can be. Yeah.
As your perspective.
But I think he'd probably finish that up by like just straightening up, getting himself sort of more under control, and just sort of say to Janesta, I don't know what that tells you about me, but there it is.
So, quickly, metagame question. Where is Janesta actually from?
Anytown, USA.
Okay, so you just straight lied.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, I wouldn't say I straight up lied. I would just say that I hid certain pieces of information.
Okay. Alright, anyway, so that's yeah, your little heart. So what were you gonna say, sorry, before I interrupted?
So I would say, well, I appreciate you sharing that, Salim. And I do hope that our little discussion here has helped you to trust me at least a little bit. I understand me being a Tremere has put you on edge ever since, well, you found out I was a Tremere. But I hope we can trust each other, and I hope we can continue as proper.
You just told me that you're typical Tremere.
Well, typical's a very
Well, house
particular
Khan
word,
and
isn't it?
Tremere.
Oh, that's even just typical normal Tremere, to be honest. You're nerdy. We like that. That's pretty much the Tremere's MO.
I like a book. I like books and reading.
You like big books
Tremere
and you
busts into a
cannot lie.
D&D session, converts everyone.
Alright, and so Aldon and Sandy, you make it to where everybody left off, and you know roughly the direction they were heading. Do you want to give me a survival plus, well, wits, I guess?
Yep.
Or resolve, maybe?
Illusion. I'm gonna re-roll those.
Yeah, you might as well.
I'll take 3 dice.
Alright, well, Aldon managed to find the track and start following it. Now, Sandy knows enough to follow Aldon. Maybe. Wait, do you have 2 intelligence?
Knows enough to follow him.
Yeah. Your survival roll is good enough to know to follow. Right, sweet. Yeah, how fast are you walking? Are you going to make quite a brisk pace, or...?
Oh yeah, I'm hustling.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, I'll say after like another 20 minutes you manage to see Janesta and Salim walking side by side. Very uncharacteristically.
I'm just going to turn to over my shoulder to Kitten. I didn't even ask this guy's name. So, actually going to look at the guy and you're like, before introducing you, what's your name?
Karim.
Got him. You can call me Alden. I'm going to say, wait here for a second, I'm going to go make sure no one panics. I'm going to go walk up to Janista and Salim and be like, again, like pinching my nose, like this. These last couple nights have been quite interesting. I've got an update for you. And just kind of keep walking with them. So I found Sandy. Sandy made a new friend. Werewolf. And
No,
yeah.
okay, that checks out. That checks out.
Long story short, this one's not exactly trying to tear us to shreds immediately. He's actually trying to stop the creation of more abominations. I'm going to kind of gesture ahead to where our werewolf body bag is. Obviously, they destroy the ones that they find, and they don't like them. They want to know all the information about them, and I guess work out a ceasefire between us and their werewolves called the Silver Fang, the local group, I guess. And he wants, he's given me the take me to your leader speech. So I've said, I can't promise you safety, but I can put you in front of my current leader, gesturing towards obviously the gang group permission, but like, considering he's the ranking official at the moment, he's the one that this guy wants to talk to.
You think he's going to be sensible about this?
I have not a slightest idea. I have known him for a couple days.
Shit.
But my gangrel blood tells me to fight every second I am around him. The werewolf, that is. So we'll see. I'm not stopping him if he tries to kill the werewolf. Let me put it that way.
Hang on. Neither of us want these things running around. I think that even if this goes south, the least we can do is let them know what they're hunting. We don't want this guy. I assume from what you've said he's made more.
No, this guy wants to kill abominations.
No. The vampire. The one that's our problem. The one we ran.
Oh, the Ravnos.
Yeah.
I can only assume he's made more. Considering this Kareem, the werewolf fellow, says that he's already hunted one abomination himself, I guess our friend in the Ravnos. Our Ravnos friend has been doing this for some time. The werewolves have been aware of it for about a month. At least that's what he's told me. I'm taking everything he says with a grain of salt.
That's fair enough, but...
And keeping my silverware close as well.
We need to stop the Ravnos. We can't. We won't be able to deal with a flood of these things. And the Sabbat. Oh.
And the Bahari.
and the Bahari. Yeah, I almost forgotten about that. Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, we've got too many enemies. Having the Silver Fang with a ceasefire is a good plan.
Yeah, so here's what I'm gonna suggest. While you go and see if you can talk sense to the Primogen, I'm gonna tell this guy everything we know. Any objections?
Yes, don't tell him everything we know in case he's just trying to kill our leader.
Everything we
He's
know
asked for safe
about
passage
the
to meet our leader.
abominations.
Abominations. I've pretty much given him the rundown. I haven't mentioned too much about the Ravnos.
Well, let's tell him about the Ravnos, at least.
I'm only telling that after we agree to a ceasefire. I don't want him trying to assassinate our leader after we've given over everything we have. I have no objection to giving him the honest and open truth once we've confirmed it's worth it.
Even if we don't get a ceasefire, having them hunting the Ravnos as well is worth it. Even if he slaughters all
He's
of
already
us.
hunting the Ravnos.
But he doesn't... You just said he didn't know about the Ravnos. He doesn't know what he's hunting.
Yeah, well, he's hunting the source of the abominations. Eventually he'll find the Ravnos. Who wins is anyone's bet as far as I'm aware. How about we see if we can get a ceasefire first and then go from there? Enemy of my enemy is my friend, I understand, but also werewolves are still our enemies as well. So.
Okay. Alright, we'll do this your way, but, are you alright with me telling him that we have the corpse of one of them here?
Oh, do not say that.
Okay, are you okay
He's
with
just
me
gonna...
asking... Are you okay with me asking him how the fuck we destroy them? Because I don't know.
I'm pretty sure sunlight or fire.
Oh, yeah, but it's good to get a confirmation.
Janista, werewolves are weak to fire, right?
Yes.
I tend to Janista.
Let me find out. Let me just
Yes.
remember exactly all of their weaknesses.
You already know.
All
You've rolled this
that
before.
I've read.
You've rolled this before.
Yeah, you
know.
you knew everything about vampires. Oh, werewolves, sorry.
Yeah, you
I
and the
want to
other-
say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, they are. Yes. I knew that confidently. I confidently say yes, they are indeed weak to fire. Fire is
Alright,
strong
so-
against them, and I am confident about this.
This gives us 3 options. It's an embraced, so we leave it out in the sun. Option 2, decapitation. We take his head off, see if that works. Option 3, burn at the stake. If you want to go ask him how he kills his abominations, go for it. I'm not going to stop you asking that question. Just don't
Alright.
tell him we have one.
Yes, that makes sense. We haven't told Primogen about it either.
Yeah, I don't want that can of worms opening up, to be honest. I don't mind the Primogen knowing, but chances are Primogen's just going to kill it anyway. So, if we want to provide evidence to Alex to actually guarantee that he believes us, who knows?
Okay. Okay. We'll do it your way.
Alright, I'm going to go talk to Mr. LaRue. I'll catch you in a bit. I'm going to go up the chain.
Alright. Yep. You walk past Lucy. She sort of gives you a nod, and then sort of a light punch on the shoulder as you walk past her.
I return in kind.
Yeah. Alright, and then you walk past the 2 rangers carrying the werewolf corpse, and then
as I pass Lucy, sorry,
yeah.
I'll ask if she wants me to carry Belle.
And she's like, no, I'm fine.
Alright, well, if you get tired, let me know. I'll keep on walking. For now, I gotta go talk to Mr. LaRue.
No, you go for it.
Yeah. So yeah. Sorry, go as you were.
I just said go for it.
Yeah, so I approached Mr. LaRue. You go, hey, you got a moment, sorry.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, I found our friend that went off on his hunting trip.
Oh, good.
And it's gonna sound like a wild story, so let me finish before you jump to any conclusions. I found him, well, he was found by, seems like some kind of freelance werewolf hunter. He wants us to get a ceasefire with the Silver Fangs, the werewolf that are hunting us. Long story short, apparently there's it's a kindred out there hunting Ronin werewolves and turning them into abominations. I'm assuming that means werewolf vampire. Something
yes,
I wanted
that's
to cross
correct.
paths with myself.
Yes, we've had the misfortune of encountering one. Me and the Nosferatu met up, and one of them decided to break the party. It wasn't fun.
Yeah, I can't imagine that was pretty. No. Yeah. So he wants to stop those from becoming an issue, and he's agreed that if we can sort out a ceasefire, bit of a take me to your leader situation, so he wants to talk to you. You can get the Silver Fang, I'm guessing they're the other werewolves, off our backs. Now this chap's down in the column with Sandy and my group. I've told them not to exactly tell him anything about us. But he's agreed to talk to you if we can ensure his safety. I said I'd talk to you and see how you felt.
Well, not having an entire pack of werewolves hunting us does sound like quite the advantage. It would trim an entire day off our journey. We would be back in town by tomorrow rather than 2 days' time. So I think that would probably be for the best. I'm assuming you want to get back to your adopted sire as soon as possible. We could probably handle the abomination task when push comes to shove, and I'm certain the Nosferatu would be keen on helping us as well.
Well, if you want to talk to him, that sounds like a great plan to me.
Alright, well, all of you come up to the front of the column.
Yeah, I'll go get them. Just wait here. I'm gonna go back to the group and be like,
Yep.
alright. And I'm gonna say just, when we're there, Karim, I need to talk to my friends and just have a bit of a chat outside of his earshot.
Yeah.
Be like, alright, so Mr.
We know
LaRue
what
is
his
happy.
earshot is.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't 100% know that, but I'm gonna take the precaution anyway.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, well, Mr. LaRue has agreed to talk to him. Not being hunted by an entire pack of werewolves would shave a day off this hike. Get us back to Alex a whole day sooner, which is good. And obviously not being hunted by werewolves is always ideal.
Yeah.
Now, considering this talk is about abominations as well, we may have to talk with Mr. LaRue about our situation, depending on how this goes. We'll just have to play that one by ear.
That makes sense.
I don't want that can of worm being opened by surprise, if you catch my drift.
Kind of.
Alright, well, let's go up to Mr. LaRue. Alright, Kareem, follow me.
Alright.
Follow up to him.
Yeah, he follows you all up there.
So I'm gonna go to Mr. LaRue and be like, alright, Kareem, this is our leader you asked for. And this here is Kareem. I'm gonna look at Mr. LaRue.
He sort of gives a nod to Mr. LaRue, and the gang of Primogems sort of gives him the once over with his eyes, and then he's like, alright, so you want a ceasefire, eh? And Kareem's like, oh yes. It would
This is the DM talking to themselves for a bit.
yeah. They have like a little back and forth, and the Primogen gives his tale of when they were meeting with the Nosferatu, which Kareem needs clarification are the extremely ugly vampires. And he's like, alright. And he says, yeah, they basically one just crashed through into their cave system and killed a couple of them, and before they all managed to basically team up and take it down. A few more left in torpor, which again isn't ideal, but so they would also like to get to the bottom of the source of who is making these, but unfortunately none of them really know really know who is making them, but only that they both agree that they did start shop around a month ago.
Salim is gonna raise his hand.
They sit there talking for a little bit, and then LaRue sees that you're holding your hand up. He's like, "Yes, Salim, you can just interject."
We have an idea who might be doing it.
Well, if you have an idea, fire away.
Didn't we tell Mr. LaRue about the Revnos?
We did not.
Nope.
Okay, I thought we had. Never mind.
No. We actually only told him that we were keeping the werewolf corpse as evidence for Alex. That was all of it.
Right.
Salim is going to say, we encountered I'm gonna glance at Janesta and Eldon because I think they were the ones who identified the clan.
Yeah.
Ravnos.
Oh, it's Jin. Actually, either way.
A Ravnos. One of us.
As you say, Ravnos, you see Mr. LaRue just like let out a sigh. He deliberately takes a breath just so he can sigh.
Yeah.
It shows.
I'm just clarifying to our new werewolf friend. One of us who can make people see things. We found him when we were coming up this way. And I'll give a physical description of the guy we met. Thick turban, all the rest of that, swords, and I will say he had silver swords and he had vials of Vitae. We didn't fight him. We didn't think we'd have a chance, and frankly, he saved us from one of you. So
He helped kill the werewolf and then disappeared before we knew what was going on. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and then the werewolf got back up again. So I think that's who you're looking for.
That does help us a lot. Our kinfolk can now identify him if he goes to the city, and hopefully we can stage an ambush for him. Obviously, the illusions definitely is an issue for our side, but you have upholded your end of the bargain, so I see no reason to not uphold my end of the bargain. So I'll send a message over to the Silver Fangs and tell them to call the hunt on that they're currently doing on you off. Now, it seems you're equally as disgusted by abominations as we are. Would you be willing to lend some of your own manpower to hunt this Ravnos down? And then Mr. LaRue, he's like, yeah, no, definitely. I'll also see the Nosferatu to see if they're keen to join in too. And
when we approached him, he used the illusions to split us up. He might try and pick you off on your own.
That is good to know. I have I have some tools of my own to see past illusions, so I'm assuming those the outcasts didn't stand much chance. They don't have anyone to teach them the gifts, so they sort of just got to figure it out on their own. And with that, he heads off into the woods to go contact the other werewolves, and Dawn will be coming in the next couple of hours, and we are going to call the session there. And
it's a good spot.
It is, and if anybody's watching and whatnot, remember to do all the stuff that I always tell you to do at the end of a video, and we'll catch you all next week.